When making the TF2 history videos, I always kinda wanted to go into more detail about the voice actors, because they're a big part of what makes the characters who they are. But unfortunately, there's not always that much information about them. So we're just kind of left with a bunch of random facts about the actors that maybe don't fit in a history video. But those facts, they could be mildly interesting. That's right, today we're going to be doing mildly interesting TF2 voice actor facts. Let's go! Gary Schwartz, the voice of Heavy and Demoman, started his career as a mime. His mime partner of 17 years, Caleb Chung, was actually one of the inventors of the Furby. John Patrick Laurie, the voice of Sniper, and Ellen McLean, the voice of the Administrator, who are married in real life, met on a European tour of a Broadway show in 1984, in which Ellen was playing the lead, and John played banjo and guitar in the orchestra. Ellen's character was meant to play guitar on the show, and took lessons from John on how to do it. They got married 2 years later in 1986. When asked, why is the Sniper such a fake Australian? Aren't several members of the TF2 team Australian? Robin Walker, one of the lead designers of TF2, and Australian himself, responded, yes, it's true, Sniper is a fairly unconvincing Australian. Most of his lines make him sound more English than Australian, and the voice actor is clearly an English actor faking an Australian accent. As for why we didn't fight to make him more authentic, we thought it was appropriate that he was about as convincing an Australian as Demo is a Scotsman or Medic a German. You probably already know that both Demoman and Heavy and Pyro and Spy share voice actors in the English version of the game. But in the Spanish version of the game, Medic and Heavy share a voice actor, Ricky Coelho.
A esto se le llama eutanasia forzada. Somos buen equipo.
Ashley Birch, the voice of Miss Pauling, actually helped to write Expiration Date, which was the first time Miss Pauling was ever given an official voice. Nathan Vetterline also claimed to work closely with her during the short's creation, and ad-libbed the Classic Scout line.
Classic Scout.
According to John Patrick Laurie, his favorite Sniper line is...
You're making this so easy, I'm actually getting worse.
Gary Schwartz's favorite Demoman line is...
Oh, they're going to have to glue you back together in hell!
And Nathan Vetterline's favorite Scout line is...
Nice hustle, tons of fun. Next time eat a salad.
At least two of the TF2 voice cast are published authors. John Patrick Laurie wrote a science fiction novel, Dancing with Eternity, released in 2010, and Gary Schwartz wrote a children's book called The King of Average, published in 2016. In the French version of TF2, the spy speaks his lines with an English accent.
Posez vos armes à terre et partez. Votre sang a sali mon costume.
Somewhat unsurprisingly, Pyro sounds exactly the same in every language. I guess there's no point in doing mumbles in different accents. According to Gary Schwartz, he was unable to do a Scottish accent for a long time, but was able to pick it up when filming the 1981 movie Quest for Fire in the Scottish Highlands. Ellen McLean likes to refer to the Administrator as...
I call her the skinny bitch. The skinny old bitch.
Nolan North, who voices most of the Halloween-related characters, like Marasmus, the Abominomicon, and the Ghost of the Mann Brothers, was coincidentally also born on Halloween. According to Dennis Bateman, the voice of Spy and Pyro, when auditioning for Spy, they told him they were looking for a Eurotrash accent. He tried out with both a German and British accent, as well as the French one that was eventually used in-game. If you were ever wondering what Demoman actually says in the bleep section of Meet the Demoman, it's...
They got more feckin' sea monsters in the Great Locket Ness than they got the likes of me.
Grant Goody, the voice of Engineer, is probably the highest profile actor of the main TF2 cast. Starring in a 1970s sitcom called 8 is Enough, in a role he actually took over from Mark Hamill, who played it in the pilot. In later seasons of the show, Goody sang the theme, which launched him into a minor singing career. He's also had guest roles in things like TJ Hooker, Northern Exposure, and Twin Peaks. But most importantly, he does tourist videos for Washington State, which gives us a clip of the Engineer saying,
Squim.
The first role of Nathan Vetterline was in the 2004 short The Standard, where he coincidentally also played a character named Jeremy. The late, great Rick May's first acting part was as Boy in Car in George Lucas's 1973 movie American Graffiti, though this role is uncredited. Dennis Bateman's was as executive number 2 in the 1992 TV movie Body Language.
I think these numbers pretty much speak for themselves, and they're impressive.
Gary Schwartz's first role was as a clown in a 1979 episode of The Jeffersons.
Listen, bozo.
Grant Goodieves was as Larry in a 1976 episode of Emergency. Robin Akin Downs, the voice of Medic, had his first role as Legolas in a 1990 Lord of the Rings video game. And John Patrick Laurie's first voiceover role was as William the Kid in the 1997 game Spy Fox and Dry Cereal.
It's over, Billy. Give yourself up.
Don't ever call me Billy.
It's William.
So those are some facts about the TF2 voice actors. It's unfortunately kind of hard to find interviews or information on some of them, especially Grant and Rick. But John Patrick Laurie especially has done a bunch, which were super helpful. And I'll link a bunch of the interviews that I got information from for this video in the description if you're interested in watching the full thing. But if you yourself want to learn about voice acting, you can check out this video's sponsor, Skillshare! But this time, the first 1,000 people to use the link in the description will receive a whole month free trial of Skillshare Premium. And if you haven't caught on by now, Skillshare is an online learning community, one with thousands of classes for various subjects. Tons of art classes, and of course several classes on voice acting. But you can see it all for free for a whole month with the link in the description, so check it out. And we can't end the video without thanking the patrons, especially patrons like Varric, Captain Forex, Egox, Dex, Zero Attention, Perhaps Vinegar, Caponicus, Kelso the Pirate, Hillsman's Fox, Kybrid96, Scout with a Name, Glump, Salt God, and Tyler the Sheba. Okay, alright, thanks for watching, and peace out, dogs.